Good morning, Miss Parker's class. Good morning. Good morning, you guys. Or maybe it's not morning for you. Maybe it's just morning for me. But it is morning for me. It's Thursday. It's a beautiful day outside. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Whatever day you guys are watching this, I hope it's beautiful for you. I hope you're warm, you're happy, you're healthy. And I hope things are going really, really good for you. Okay. Today I have a lesson for us, but for us to do the lesson, I have to present my screen to you. So I'm going to turn my screen around. So be patient with me for a second while I do that, okay? Let me present my screen. Hold on, please. Hold on. So I hope you guys are seeing my screen now, okay? Let me find what I need to present. Okay, so I have a slide right here, right? And it says wants or needs. How do we get what we need? Okay. And I don't know if you guys know the difference between something that we want or something that we need, but I'm going to try to explain that to you guys so you guys know what a want is and you guys know what a need is. And then once you know what your needs are, how do you go about getting that? How do you get people to give you what you need, or how do you get what you need from people? Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit. In life, we all have things that we want, right? And we all have things that we need. There's a difference between the two, but sometimes people get them confused. And I'm going to try to explain that as clearly as I possibly can to you guys. But even I get them confused sometimes, okay? So let's start out with want, okay? Something that we want is something that we would like to have or something we would wish for to make our life more fun or make our life more easy, right? Like maybe a toy or maybe a bike, something like that. Okay. A need is something that we have to have. Okay. Because it's important to our life, it's important to our well being, or we need it to live, to help us do things. Something that we need would be water, right? We all need water to be able to survive, and food we need to be able to survive, right? So a want is something that we want to have, we would like to have it, we wish we had it, okay? It would make things fun or easy. A need is something that we have to survive, something that is going to make our life a lot easier, okay? So let's do something, okay? I want to play a game with you guys. I want to show you guys a picture of something, right? And you tell me if it's something that we would want or something that we would need. Okay. Let's start off with the first picture. Ooh, I have a picture of a PS5 right here, right? It's a gaming system. A lot of you guys might have it already, right? Is this something we would want or something we would need? I'm going to give you guys a second to think about it, and then you guys can give me your answer. Okay. 1, 2, 3. If you guys said this was something we would want, you're probably right. You are right. Okay. This is something that we would probably want. Okay. It's going to make our life fun. It's going to make our life, it's going to make it so we can pass our time with having more fun. Okay. So this is definitely something we would want. Not something we need though, because we could live without a PS5, right? Yep. Let's see what the next picture is. Shoes. Okay, I have a picture of a bunch of different kind of shoes here. But are shoes something we would want or something we need? Let me see. You guys say your answer. I'll give you a couple seconds. All right. So shoes are something that we need, right? There are a lot of things that are on the floor that would hurt our feet if we accidentally stepped on them, like glass and different kind of sticks, right? Things that would hurt our feet if we stepped on them. And shoes protect our feet from that, okay? Plus, sometimes when the floor is sitting in the sun for a super long time, right, it gets so hot that it would burn our feet if we were to walk on it. If you ever went on the black asphalt on a hot summer's day, right, and you try to touch the asphalt, Ooh, it would be so hot, it would burn you. So we can't walk on that. So we need shoes, right? And even in our house, sometimes we need shoes because the floor could get slippery, right? Or somebody could break something on accident, and even though they try their best to sweep up the floor, there might be a little tiny piece of glass left there. And so shoes are something that we need. It's not something that we want, right? It's something we need. Let's see what the next picture is. A house. Is a house something we would want or need? A home, someplace to live. Is that something we want or need? Think about it. It is something that we need, okay? A home is definitely something that we need. We need to be able to have a place to live, okay? To keep us out of the rain, to keep us out of the cold, to keep us out of the wind, and to have a place to keep our things, okay? So a place to live or a home, a house, an apartment, that's all something we need. Let's see what the next picture is. A razor scooter, okay, or a scooter. Is that a want or a need? You guys think about it. I'll give you a couple seconds. This would be something that we would want, right? It would make our life fun, right? Because we could ride around, go up and down the hills and have a lot of fun with our friends. But it's not something we need, right? It's a want. Let's see what else is here. Water. Is that something we want or if that's something we need? Now, if you were paying attention to Mr. Gomez earlier, I said water is something we need, right? It's something that everybody has to have to survive on this planet, right? Even the plants, the animals, the human beings, everybody needs water and everything needs water. So that's a need, okay? Let's see what else is here. Ice cream, Mr. Gomez's favorite. Okay, is that a want or a need? I'll give you a couple seconds. You're right if you said want. Okay, ice cream is a want. Even though on a hot summer day, right, we might think we need it. We don't need it. It's still something that we want. And so let's see what else we got. Okay. Love. Is love something we want or is love something we need? This one might be tricky. Let me see. I wonder if I were to ask all you guys, what would you say? Is love something we want or is love something we need? Let's think about it. Okay, here's the answer. Love is something we need, and I would hope love is something we want. Okay? But love is a basic human emotion and it's a basic human need. Everybody needs to be loved by somebody else. Okay? And I would hope that everybody would want to be loved, right? So, Mr. Gomez, why is it that love is something that we can want and need? I wonder if there are other things that we could need and want at the same time. Yup, I think there are other things that we could need and want at the same time. For example, food, right? We could need it and want it at the same time, right? Let's see if I have another picture of something else. Let's see. Clothes. Is that something we want or is that something we need? I think clothes are something we need. As a matter of fact, I know clothes are something we need. Okay, everybody needs to stay warm. Everybody needs to stay out of the sun, and everybody needs to cover up their bodies a little bit, right? We don't want everybody seeing our private parts. Okay, so clothes are definitely something that we need. Let's see what else is here. Lucky Charms cereal. This is Mr. Gomez's favorite cereal. Okay. But is it something that we want or something that we need? Now, here's a clue. I'm trying to trick you a little bit, okay? Let me see. You think about it and you tell me, is Lucky Charms cereal something we want or something we need? You would be right if you said it is something we want. Okay. Why would it, Mr.
Can you
Gomez,
come?
why wouldn't it be need? Because cereal is food, right? And we need to eat. You're right. Cereal is food and we all need to eat, right? But when I said Lucky Charms cereal, that's something that we would want. Okay. If I had just said food, that would be something that we needed. But because I said it was Lucky Charms and that's my favorite, right? That's my want. Okay. So I think you guys pretty much know the difference between something that you want or something that you need, right? Now, I want to teach you how to ask for the things that we need. Okay. Let's see. This big old giant word or two words that I have at the top of this page, it says self advocacy. Can you guys say that? Self advocacy. And advocacy is a big giant word and it's hard to pronounce even for Mr. Gomez, okay? Advocacy, 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 self advocacy, okay? And I don't expect you guys to memorize that word or know what it is right now, okay? It's a word for probably later on in life, you'll learn it and you'll be able to pronounce it and you'll be able to do amazing things with it, okay? But here's what self advocacy is. Self advocacy, see, I mess up saying it sometimes myself, is speaking up for yourself. It's being able to communicate your needs to the people that have what you need, okay? It's being able to defend yourself verbally, not physically, but verbally, being able to defend yourself with your words, okay? And it's helping yourself with your words, okay? I have here a picture of a young man and his shadow is a giant, strong human shadow, okay? And that's because he's using self advocacy to speak up for himself and make him appear stronger and mightier, okay? If you use self advocacy in the right way, you could be stronger and mightier too. You'll be able to communicate your needs and get your point across, be able to tell people what you want or what you need, okay? Let's see what my next slide says. So these are the ways we're going to learn to be able to speak up for ourselves, okay? How can we speak up for ourselves? I got a picture of a young man that's, I don't know if he's singing or if he's just speaking into the microphone, but I'm going to think he's speaking into the microphone, okay? The first thing we need to do is we need to know what we want or what we need, okay? The second thing we need to do is we can't be afraid to ask. The third thing we need to do is be polite. And the last thing we need to do is be clear. And we're going to go into a little bit more about each one of these things in another slide, okay? So hold on and travel with me to the next slide. So I put, we need to know what we want or what we need, okay? Because we can't ask for something if we don't know what it is that we're asking for, right? So the key thing is we got to take our time to figure out exactly what it is that we need. And I have a picture of a sloth. And if you guys know what a sloth is a very, he's a cute animal, but he takes his time. He's very slow climbing from branch to branch and from tree to tree, right? Because he's taking his time because he wants to enjoy things and he wants to make sure he knows where he's going and doesn't get confused and caught up in being too much of in a rush. Okay, so take your time to figure out exactly what it is that you need. Because you know what? It's a lot easier to get what you need when you know what that is. Okay, so if I were to say I'm hungry, I got to figure out what exactly I'm hungry for. If I'm going to ask somebody to, if I'm going to tell somebody I'm hungry, I better figure out what it is that I want to eat, right? Have you ever went into the refrigerator in your kitchen, you open the refrigerator and you just stare in the refrigerator and you don't know exactly what kind of snack you want, but you want a snack. And so you're looking in the refrigerator too long and then your mom yells at you, close the refrigerator, right? Mr. Gomez does that a lot and I got to get on myself a little bit about it, okay? And I got to remember, before I open the refrigerator, I got to know what I want. I already know what's in the refrigerator, right? So I should know when I open it, I should just grab it out and pull it out. I can't just stand there and think about what I want, okay? So if you want something from somebody or you need something from somebody, you got to know exactly what it is that you want or need, okay? Remember that. We got to remember we can't be afraid to ask, okay? You don't ever get what you want unless you ask for it. There's this old saying that goes, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, okay? And this comes from way back in the day when there were farmers and cowboys, okay? They had these, they were like the beginning cars, but they were pulled by horses, okay? And they were like carts on 4 wheels, okay? And the wheels were made of wood and metal, okay? And when the horses would pull them down the street, a lot of times one of the wheels would start making a weird squeak. Squeak, 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 squeak. And it was annoying, right? And so the farmer, he would go put some grease on it. And he would put grease all over in that wheel so that that squeak, squeak, squeak would go away and it would get quiet again, right? And the reason why that wheel was the only one that got grease is because that wheel was the only one that was making noise. So if you want something, you have to not be afraid to ask for it, okay? Yes, of course, sometimes people are going to tell you no, or you can't have it right now. But if you want it, you have to ask for it. Or if you need it, you have to ask for it, or else you might not ever get it, right? So I have a picture of a young lady right here raising her hand because that's the way we have to ask for things sometimes, right? Especially in school, we have to raise our hand so our teacher knows that we need to ask a question, okay? Let me see, what else is next? Be polite, okay? So I have right here a picture of the words hello and please, thank you, and excuse me. These are all polite words, right? Or words that we would use when we're trying to be polite to ask for something, okay? So ask for what you need or you want in a polite way. I put please and thank you will take you a long way. If you start a sentence with please, or you put please somewhere in your sentence, and then you end it with thank you, believe me, people will be a lot more willing to help you or help you get what you need, okay? There's an old saying that says you can attract more bees with honey than you can with vinegar, okay? And this is because they say this because a long time ago, people would want to bring bees around so they could collect their honey, right? And the honey was very sweet. And when you're polite, you're being sweet. Have you ever heard somebody say, oh, you're being very sweet, or you're being very polite? It's kind of the same thing, right? And vinegar is something that's very tart when you taste it. For a lot of people, they can't even stand the taste of vinegar, okay? So there's an old saying that you can attract more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. If you're polite, you'll attract a lot more people to help you out and do what you need them to do, okay? Or help you get what you need than you can if you're not being polite. So use your words, thank you, and please, and excuse me, and hello, okay? And be polite. People love it when you're polite. Let's see what else. We'll have a picture here of a piece of glass because this last one is called be clear, okay? We need to, when we're asking for something, we need to be very clear in how we ask and what words we're using when we ask, okay? So you need to use your big kid voice. You don't want to use, your baby words that you learned when you were a little baby, right? Your mom taught you how to say words that you probably don't say now in Miss Parker's class, okay? Let me see. What is a baby word that you might have learned? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even remember any of the baby words, but you guys probably know a couple of the baby words, right? Maybe you and Miss Parker could talk about some of the baby words that we don't use no more. We use big kid words, okay? And then you have to speak like you're behind a glass or you're wearing a mask, right? So sometimes when we want to ask for something, our voice gets really low because we're shy or we're timid, right? And we might be a little scared. But if our voice is too low, then people can't hear us, right? So we have to use our big kid voice and we have to speak and talk like we're behind a glass or like we're wearing our mask, right? When Mr. Gomez is talking to people when I'm wearing my mask, usually I have to talk a little bit louder so you can hear me and understand me more clearly, okay? So talk like you're behind a glass or wearing a mask, right? And then don't mumble. I don't know if you know what mumbling is, but sometimes people that mumble, they'll say words and they'll blah 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 blah, and you can't quite understand what they're saying. You'll say, "What did you say?" And they'll go blah 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 blah. Or some people talk so fast because they're in such a hurry, such a rush that you can't understand what they're saying, right? So we can't talk too fast. We got to slow down. We got to be able to use our big kid voice. We got to be able to talk like we're wearing a mask, right? So people can understand us. So guess what? Now that you guys know the difference between wants and needs, right? Now that you learned how to ask for something that you need, right? By being clear, by being polite, by not being afraid to ask, and by knowing what you want, okay? We're going to try to practice that in two different situations, okay? I'm going to give you the situation, and then you're going to try to practice it. Let's see. Our first practice is I want you to pretend you're hungry, okay? And your mom or dad is in the kitchen. Now, first, you got to think about exactly about what snack you want, okay? I don't want you to go and tell your mom, "Mom, I'm hungry," okay? I want you to think, okay, if I was hungry and it's in the afternoon, what's the one snack that I would want and I could ask my mom for, okay? I already have one in my head, okay? I want you to think about what's your exact snack that you want to ask your mom for, okay? And then I want you not to be afraid to ask, okay? Yeah. Be polite when you're asking and say it clearly, okay? So I'm going to take like 10 seconds off and I'm going to let you guys just say, pretend like you're asking your mom for your snack or your dad for your snack, okay? Ready? Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Were you able to ask your mom for your snack? All right. I hope you were. I hope it was polite and I hope you said it clearly. Let's practice the same. The second practice is pretend you're in class and your pencil just broke. Okay. I want you to think about exactly what you need. Okay. I want you not to be afraid to ask. I want you to be polite, but speak clearly. Okay. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds. You're going to pretend you're going to ask Miss Parker for exactly what you need. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, you guys. Okay. So in today's lesson, okay, we learned about what the difference between wants and needs are, right? Wants are things that would make our life more fun, things that would make our life more entertaining, more enjoyable. Needs are things that we need to survive, okay? We also learned how to ask for our wants and our needs. And we also learned when we asked for how we got our wants and our needs, right? We learned that we have to know exactly what we want, right? We have to figure it out what we want before we ask for it. We have to be polite in how we ask for it, right? We have to speak clearly. And what was the fourth one? Oh my gosh. Know what we want. Speak clearly. What is the fourth one? Oh, Mr. Gomez already forgot. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Oh, don't be afraid to ask. So we got to know what we want. We got to don't be afraid to ask. Be polite and speak clearly, okay? So that's it I got for you guys today. I will see you guys or talk to you guys later. Have a good day, okay? All right.